Hello, welcome to another Wednesday of meditations on IG Live. Good morning if you're joining from morning time zones, the US, Costa Rica. I'm currently in Spain, so it's 4 p.m., so good afternoon, evening, depending on where you're at. If you're new here, my name is Jordan, and I do 15-minute, all levels, attainable meditations here on Instagram Live every Wednesday at 8 a.m. Mountain Time, Costa Rica time, or 4 p.m. I think it's GMT plus 2 Spain time. So welcome, or if you're watching the replays while I post the replays. So today we are going to do a meditation on kind of the value system, if you will. So there's this great book that is called Think Like a Monk that my dear friend Olivia recommended. I read it last March. It's by Jay Shetty. He's a great philosopher, meditator, yogi, etc. But his book, Think Like a Monk, he has a chapter on finding your values and living ethically with your values or aligned with your values. And kind of this idea that when we live with our values, obviously our lives are more aligned, but then also when we do not live with our values, our life can feel more chaotic and we can feel just basically not aligned and like our mind is elsewhere. So I'm going to do a meditation on that idea today and on our value systems. But by getting started, we'll just come to a tall, comfortable seat, whatever that may look like. Maybe you're driving to work if it's the morning, just sitting tall in your car. If you're lying down, that's fine too, but just coming to a comfortable position, whatever that may be. Traditionally, in yogic meditation, we sit with a straight spine to align the chakras from the root chakra all the way to the crown chakra. So typically that's where that straight spine comes from. But whatever comfortable position you find yourself in today, in this moment, honoring where your body's at. And we'll begin by just deepening the breath, noticing where the breath is at, and then beginning to deepen it, inhaling through the nose. And we'll exhale, taking 3 sighs to begin. 2 more just like that. Inhale through the nose. Exhale, deep sigh out through the mouth. Last one, inhale. And exhale. Now returning the breath to both inhales through the nose and exhales through the nose, but keeping with that deep, conscious rhythm of breath. Feeling the belly rise with the inhales, filling the belly, then the ribs, then the chest with air. Maybe taking one last sip of air at the top. And exhaling like a wave, chest and ribs and belly. Keeping that rhythm of breath. And as we're continuing to breathe, continuing to sit here, we're going to begin to focus our mind on that idea of our value system. So maybe you've done work with your value system in the past, and this is easy for you to think instantly of what your values might be. And if so, bringing those values to mind now. But if you're unsure of what your values might be at this point in your life, that's totally fine too. but beginning to let the mind ponder. There's a bunch of different examples of values, and after the meditation, if you're still unsure, you can go online and Google value system examples or verbs that'll come up. But some examples right now could be authenticity, truth, determination, courage, amongst many others. So right now, if you know your values, bringing your mind to those value system right now. But if you're unsure, beginning to ponder what your values might be and beginning to pinpoint them now. Keeping with the breath, deep inhales, deep exhales. And now from here, we're going to begin to see how our actions align with that value system and meditate on this idea. So we'll start out by thinking of just today, or if it's early in the morning where you're at, thinking of yesterday. And just beginning to think of whichever day. Automatic lights, if you're watching video, sorry. Beginning to think of whichever day and those actions that went through the day, did they align with your value system? So maybe your values consist of truth and authenticity. But you noticed yesterday you might have misled one of your friends about something in your life. And so when we look at our actions and how they align or disalign with our values, we can feel internal turmoil. So mentally going through your day, yesterday or today, and going through each event or each action of your day, and seeing against your core values if these actions aligned or disaligned. As you're doing so, remembering to inhale and remembering to exhale. And once you've gone through your day mentally and pinpointed these events, and if your values aligned or didn't align with your actions, beginning to acknowledge and take note of the actions that did not align with your values, and mentally bringing your mind to how could I have acted differently in alignment with my values instead? So as that example we used earlier, if your value system is truth and authenticity, but you misled a friend potentially about something in your life, maybe that action in alignment with your values could have been simply telling your friend, I'm not willing to discuss this right now. I love you and I appreciate it, but I'm not willing to talk about this right now. Because then you're living in alignment with that authenticity. You're not going out of your way to talk about something you might not be. Because what was that that's misleading, anchored in maybe fear or uncomfortability sharing. So you're living in truth and authenticity by not sharing something you're not ready to, while also not misleading about the truth or the event. So taking these next few moments to pinpoint those moments in your day, yesterday or today, that your actions didn't align with your values. And going through and thinking of ways you could have lived in alignment with your value set instead. I'll take a few more breaths as we do so. Allowing our breath to allow the body comfortability, knowing it's okay. As we might be pinpointing these hard truths or realizations within ourselves. But remembering the goal of this is to decrease that inner turmoil, decrease that misalignment with the mind, body, spirit, and living in alignment with your values through your actions can aid in this. We'll take 3 more breaths to close this meditation. But you're welcome to ponder with this idea after as well. Inhaling through the nose. We'll go ahead and sigh out once again. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. Exhale. Thank you for joining us for another week of meditations on Instagram Live, or if you're watching the replay, thank you. Again, my name is Jordan, and I like to do these every Wednesday and post the replay as well, just all levels, attainable, mindfulness. I'll post my donation links for Venmo and PayPal in the caption below. If you feel inclined to donate, I put a lot of thought and time into these, so anything is appreciated. But if nothing as well as nothing, you're able to donate. I'm also just glad you're here. And I'll link the book below as well. But again, it's Think Like a Monk by Jay Shetty is the book I was referencing. Have a great rest of your day, depending on where you're at, and hopefully we'll see you next week.